Hey guys, a lot of you have been asking about me doing another run of limited edition t-shirts, but the good news is we have listened and we are doing it. Check this out. This is the Smoking Tire vintage t-shirt. Comes in black, gray, or blue. And here's the kicker. I'm only selling it for 10 days. If you want one, you gotta buy it now. The sale ends on August 19th, and you buy one by going to the link in this video or clicking the annotation, but for 10 days only, and that's it. They're good material, they're a reasonable price, and it's the classic Smoking Tire logo in a cool new vintage look. Check it out. Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a really, really good one. This is a very special car. It's been about 10 years since I have driven a Ferrari F355, and my one go I had in it a very long time ago was magnificent, and I expect this one to be even better because I've got a good road to drive on. I'm not just in the neighborhood. So this is a 96 Ferrari F355 GTS, and that means this is a removable Targa roof. There's the GTB, the fixed roof, the GTS with the removable roof, and then of course the Spider with the convertible roof. This is a 375 horsepower V8 in the back. It's got a manual gearbox with a gated shifter, spectacular, and one of the prettiest cars that Ferrari has ever built, in my opinion. These things, they drive really good. They're really fun. The maintenance can be and we can talk about that in a minute. But let's see what it's like to drive this thing, because it's been a long time, and it's been way too long actually since we're thinking of it. This one has been modified a little bit by Eddie, its current owner, who has elected to let me go by myself. And it's got fab speed headers, it's got high flow cats, and it has a Capristo catback exhaust, which is how you end up with, oh my god, is that spectacular. Oh yeah. One of the last of the truly old school Ferraris. It was an evolution of the 348, similar chassis with some updates. The 348 Challenge actually got a lot of the updates that ended up on this car. Oh yes. Oh wow, the brakes are surprisingly good. I didn't remember the brakes being that good. Seating position's a little strange, typical old school Ferrari where the wheel is far away from you and kind of canted up and away. But holy shit, listen to that. Wow, that will never ever get old. And the downshift, oh yes, gated shifter. These things bottomed out in value about 4 years ago. The lowest they ever went was really into the 40s and 50s, and this one has 30,000 miles on it, with the exception of the missing radio, which is mid-replacement, according to Eddie. This is a very clean car. The interior is really nice, the paint's good, a couple little curb nicks on the wheels, so it's a driver, it's not a concourse car, but man, if you've got one of these, believe you me, you want a driver, you want to drive it. So these bottomed out around 50, and now they're back up in the 70s, 80s, even 90 for a good one, and that's good, because the problem is when these were so cheap, the maintenance became almost not worth it. Every 3 years, I've heard you can stretch it to 5, but every 3 years you have to do an engine out service in one of these, which is 10 or 15 grand, very, very expensive. The 360 after this was the first Ferrari that did not require the engine out service. They could do the timing belt from behind the bulkhead, and the newest ones don't require engine outs at all. God, is that amazing. Not the fastest Ferrari ever made. In fact, I recall when these were out and I had my C5 Corvette, I remember thinking that the C5 was actually maybe even a little quicker. But let's look at C5 values and 355 values in today's market and reevaluate our decisions. Oh, this is so great. Oh, almost hit a bird there. Clutch is very easy. It's light, has good feel. Good throttle response. Quite a bit of accelerator pedal travel. 8,500 RPM red line in this thing. Road's a little damp, so I don't know what the status of the tires are here. So I'm not pushing it too hard. I really just want to hear that V8 wail in the back. You know, if you're looking at used Ferraris, the 360s are a little easier to live with every day. They're a little more modern conveniences and such, but these are the classics, man. These are going to be, these are collector's items, and you can drive them still, and that sound doesn't ever get old. I don't even need to be pushing this thing as hard as I can. I really just enjoy listening to it. Fire with the right exhaust setup, and as we all know, cars that shoot fire are better than cars that don't shoot fire. I would never ever get tired of listening to this. This is just spectacular. And although the driving position is slightly wonky, if you're my size, 6'2", 265, 6'3", I can fit in here pretty good. I bet it's amazing with the roof off, although I need to keep the roof on for sound issues. God damn, this thing is great. It's actually quite spacious in the cabin here. Sounds like Formula One. Like good Formula One, not the Formula One we have today. It sounds like real, like Schumacher Formula One. Listen to that. Wow. This might be a longer than normal video. I don't really want to give this one back just yet. I've spent so far 100% of this drive, I have been over 5,000 RPM. And that's where this car is happiest. You gotta let it sing. Just like that. And of course, there are few things in life more satisfying than the gated shifter on a Ferrari. I mean, there's just, it's fantastic. Wow. All right, let's find ourselves a little U-turn. This has a very long overhang in front of the front wheels, so you have to be super careful going up and over ridges and things like that. It's one of the few annoyances of this car from a driving standpoint is U-turns, parking lots, things like that. Oh, that would have been the spot there. Oh, it's fantastic though. Nice little 993 going up the hill. It's like Goodwood out here today. Oh, here's a good spot. Oh, like nice little burbles coming down off compression. Let's see how the turning radius is. Not great. Let's see, down and back. There's reverse. Man, one day I'm gonna get one of these things for sure. For sure. Wind it out. Wow. I love it. Some of the major issues that people have with these drive them in traffic a lot. Aftermarket cats can help with that. They also sound better. And the dash leather tends to peel back. The glue kind of breaks down over time, and the dash leather can kind of peel back. And so a really good one of these will probably have a repaired dash, a sort of cheapy one. The dash leather might look a little wrinkly. This one, the owner thinks is worse than it is. It's peeling just a little bit around the passenger side airbag, but I think that's one of the better ones I've seen for an original piece. He also said that he bought this and it had some crazy stereo system in it that he was in the process of ripping out, and I agree with that, because you're telling me you need a radio? Bullshit. It's got really nice steering feel. The 348 did not have power steering. This was the first of the mid-engine Ferraris with power steering, and it works good. It's not super numb. It's pretty direct in the middle. We got to catch this 993 by the time we hit the passing lane, and we'll give him a little something to think about as we sail by at 7,000 RPM. Nice clean little Carrera though. Good for this gentleman. Yes, the downshift. Holiday Road. I wonder if my music license covers of Holiday Road. Oh, I am having the greatest time right now. Thank you, Eddie. It would have been great if you came along too, but oh man. I'm super surprised at how effective the brakes are. I know it's been a very long time since I've driven one of these, but I don't remember the last one having brakes that were this good. And that's something I'm quite thankful for. This is one of these instances where my job as a host of this program and my interests as a car collector are completely clashing. I'm going to say how awesome this car is. All of y'all are going to start going on Craigslist and bring a trailer, and then pretty soon I won't be able to afford one, but I want to go buy it. Go figure. Oh my God, this is magnificent. Even at 6/10, which is what I'm doing right now. Man, I want to go to Pebble Beach in one of these next year. Although I bet it wouldn't like that Pebble Beach traffic so much. The one thing that's really surprising about this car is actually how much blip you have to give it on the downshift. It's, the engine, it revs up and down quick, but that initial stab of the throttle, you just have to give it a bigger boot than you expect. But then you get used to it and you start doing a little dance. Oh boy! I need one of these. This is the greatest. Just have to figure out how to afford the maintenance. What we're waiting for is for the value of these to get high enough where the maintenance really becomes worth it. When a car is expensive enough, you can spend 15 grand every 3 years to keep it running. They're not quite there yet. You have to want to drive it. You have to want to love it. And oh, by the way, like all Ferraris of this period, they work much, much better when you drive them. One of these with records and more miles on it, that's going to be the one you want. The one with 5,000 miles on it is going to be really expensive, but ultimately, if you want to drive it, you're going to have to do a lot of backtracking in the maintenance division to make it something that's really desirable. comes off this one only makes it even more appealing to me. I wouldn't be surprised if you could feel a little bit of chassis flex once you take the roof off, but if it puts you closer to that sound, who cares? This is one of my favorite one takes I've ever done so far. Just fantastic. One of the greatest sounding V8s in history. That's unbelievable. And what a phenomenal machine. You know, it's not perfect. It's expensive to keep running. There are little bits like these switches. If they don't fall off, they get sticky. You know, they get tacky, and they need to be replaced after a while. But whew, the experience of driving this car is so good that almost anything else you'd have to deal with to drive it is worth it. So I especially want to thank Eddie. I want to extend a big thank you to Eddie for allowing me this opportunity, and thank you for watching, because I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed making it, because this one is a highlight right here. It's going to be a tough day after this to follow the 355. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.